Right. Well, happy Monday, everybody. Few things for this week we're going to go over. I think we're okay with 21, 22, unless any of those you need to see. 23, 24, we'll take a look at 25, 26. Kind of my idea. So today is Tuesday. We're going to just get all together and make sure those 3 pages that were up there are taken care of. Wednesday, we're going to go over the test, the take-home one that's in here. We'll go over that a little bit today too. Thursday, and then there's a take-home test I'll give you, which is worth points. Don't be like, oh, it's take-home, it's not worth anything. Thursday we have our actual test, and then Friday we start our new unit. Is that okay? All right, so let's just make sure everyone feels comfortable about what's kind of the expectation of how we'll do it. So this take-home test, there's going to be 2 test categories. When you look, it'll say take-home test and then in-class test. The take-home test is going to be worth 25% of what the test that you did in class will be worth. And the reason we do that is for a few things. One, it's going to look very similar to the test that you took or will take in class. So you can get anybody to help you on it except for me. You can even get other math teachers, just not me as a math teacher. Okay? And honestly, if you came to me for extra help on it, I might break down and help you out. I'm sure that would take about. And then if you feel really good about that, come Thursday, you're going to give me the take-home test. That will be graded for accuracy. So it'll be like, writing down, 7 for every answer. And because unless one of the answers is 7, you might get 1 right. And then the regular test, and then the new unit will take place. Is that okay? Okay, so page 21, 22. Are there any questions on just page 21, 22? I know we've gone over most of that. But let's see if there's anything on those. Just take a glance. Feel comfortable about what's on there? You got a question? Hold the hand up. I gotta make an arm wrestle for those guys over there. Anything on 21, 22 that you wanted to see over again, even if we've gone over it? Just anything you're got goofy on? Feel okay?
Absolute value will also be in the test, right?
Yeah. Okay, so please make sure your name's on it. Please pass forward pages 21 and 22 only. You don't need to have them all stapled. Just pass forward pages 21 and 22 only right now. Please. Don't hand anything else forward. Just pages 21, 22. Please. Almost a good throw.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
There we go.
Got more?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming. All right. Just want to make sure I have these all in place, and we'll move on from there. So, while I'm looking at this, hey, just want to give the dance this coming Saturday a plug. It's called Creekcella. It's all about the music. I got 2 DJs playing. Creekcella, man, goes after Coachella. All about the music. All about the music. So, I would love to see you all there. And if you're bringing somebody from a different school, make sure you get them cleared. You have to do that all through activities, which is in the IC building. Right after you go down the ramp into the IC building, there's the activities office. But 2 DJs. I mean, I have a DJ that'll be outside. I have a 10,000 square foot outdoor patio, which will be totally awesome to chill out on. It'll be a beautiful night. And then we got the real loud DJ inside, and we'll have cookies and little other snack things. So
We're going
You
to
know-
your house?
to my house? No, it's here. It's here at Church Creek. No, my house. I can't have you guys come to my house. You guys like TP it or something. I hope
Sorry, sir. He's kind of
it happens. He didn't wear his helmet the other night. It happens. I got him on the lap. All right, so, but I highly recommend. I think there's going to be a little bit of something for everybody at this. If you don't know how to dance, that's okay. Go and enjoy the music. There's going to be seating inside and outside, so it'll be a good time to see your friends and anything like that. So now on to math. All right, page 23, 24. Take a look at those and see if there's anything you want. Yeah, go ahead. Number 4. Okay. Number 4 says, is it okay if I have the lights on? Everyone can see okay? Okay, we want to solve for y, correct? How I think I would approach this problem is let's just get rid of the denominator. So I'm going to multiply this by 2, this by 2, and this by 2, which is the same thing as 2 over 1. Does that make sense? And just by doing that, it's just clearing the denominator out. So technically it's 2 over 1. But so then I get 6x. These all cancel. Plus y equals 8. Do you feel comfortable with that? Okay. Now I still want to get y all by itself, which is nice. When I cleared this denominator, it did make y as a 1y, which is going to be nice. So how do you think I should bring this 6x over here?
Minus 6x.
Subtract it, yeah. Because it's a positive 6x, so I'm going to do the opposite to it. So you could have this as an answer, or you could have this. Both answers are totally fine.
So negative 6x is pretty much the same as subtracting 6x.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's all the sense. I'm actually going to dim the lights because it's a little bit too much of a glare on the screen, so you get a nicer video image. That looks nice. Anything else from pages 23, 24 you'd like to take a look at? Go ahead.
Number
7. So I have y minus 3 equals 1/3 x minus 27, and we want to solve for y. So this just said solve for y. So I honestly think the easiest thing on this problem to do is just add 3 to both sides and get an answer of this. You legitimately answered the question there. So if you got to there, I'm happy for you with the answer. This is what I think they're trying to get you to do, is distribute the third
You
and
can't
then
just multiply.
combine like terms. Well, we could clear it, and then it would have worked as well. Yep. So I think they're trying to get you to go here. If you got to this point, you're getting full points for it. So unless I say, solve for y and simplify, but this just said solve for y. It didn't say simplify as well. Which 4? 4.
You just did 4.
I did 4. It's right here. Yeah.
Number 8.
Number 8. Me? Number 8. Number 8. We have 2x.
Oh, I got that one.
Sweet. Plus 2y plus 11. And they want us to solve for y. Okay, first question on this one. Does y happen on both sides? Yeah, so let's pick a side that we're going to move it over to. So should I put it over on the left side or the right side? Doesn't matter, as long as we pick one of the sides that we put it to.
Left.
Put it over to the left? Okay, so if I'm going to put y over to the left, I'm going to subtract 2y here, subtract 2y here. Those cancel. That gives me 2x plus 2y plus 5 equals 3x plus 11. Okay, it's a little simpler now, right? So I want the y alone. So I'm going to move the x value over. So now I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So that's going to cancel. Give me that. What else should I move?
Subtract 5.
Yeah, subtract the 5 from both sides. And what's my last step?
Divide by 2.
Divide everything by 2. Good. Y equals half x plus 3.
So when you divide everything.
Yeah, so that would have canceled. This would just cancel, becomes a 3. And then x over 2 or half x means the same thing, so it's your choice.
Does order of operations have anything on this?
No, just when you're just moving stuff back and forth, the only order of operation you got to worry about is making sure you divide at the end. Any other things up through page 24, 23, 24? Feel okay? Would you please pass up 23, 24? Make sure your name's on it as well, please. That works. Getting worse on your throwing skills. I didn't like how smoky it was yesterday outside. That was yucky.
It was like a sunset the entire day. You saw the sun.
The sun
Yeah.
was red, bro.
That looked, I agree, that looked cool, but man, my eyes were,
I was staring at
yeah. All right, let's move to page 25, 26. Questions we might have there.
it. You got some problems behind you.
What did I do?
You got some problems behind you.
Oh, here, and here. Cool, sweet. So, looks like number 9, is that one of them? So that's a z equals 6x plus px plus 2. And they want us to solve for x. Okay. So we want to get x by itself. So I think if we subtract 2 from both sides, so you get z minus 2. You going home? All right, man, feel better, buddy. It's recorded if you want to watch. So subtract 2.
What are you recording?
Okay, does everyone feel comfortable with that? So now I want to think about, if I were to distribute something over parentheses, I can undistribute it as well. It's actually a fancy math term for factor. Okay, so does everyone agree that over here I have an x on both sides? Right there. Does that make sense? So if I undistribute, I still have z minus 2 on this side. If I undistribute, I have x, and then I have 6 plus p. So I undistributed. Agree? So keep an eye on that. See how that worked. So the math that would take place if I were to redo it, I'd distribute x here and x here. Get 6 times x and p times x. But now x is being held to this whole parentheses by multiplication. So what's going to undo this multiplication? Division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 6 plus p. So that cancels that. So I find that x equals z minus 2 over 6 plus p. Okay, this is an awful lot like that. So that's number 9. Uh-oh, someone used a vis-a-vis on the board. So we'll have to use the sanitizer to get it off. Number 12. Number 12, we have P equals QX plus RX plus S. And we want to get X alone. Okay? So I'm going to move this S over here because it doesn't have an X associated with it. So I'll move it over. How do I move it over? What math operation? Subtract. Yeah, subtract it good. So I get P minus S equals Q, that's Q, X plus RX. So can I undistribute the X here on both of those? If I do, it's going to give me Q plus R. So I have P minus X, take out the X, and I get that. So what math needs to take place now to get X all alone? Undo to multiply, which is divide. So that and that cancels, so I get X equals P minus S, Q plus R. Number 20, yeah.
So every time you see variable or a letter
Times a quantity.
times let's say x, if they're both being held together, two of them you can still do the same thing.
Due to the division. That's exactly right. All right, so it looks like number 20. Let's see, number 20, we have v plus pi r squared h. We want to get h together. So pi r squared and h are all being held together by multiplication. I want h alone. So what undoes multiplication? Yeah, division. I'm going to divide this by pi r squared. Divide this by pi r squared. And so that cancels that, and that cancels that. So I wind up with h equals v over pi r squared. Yeah.
So could you also do h not h is there another way you can put it, or is that the final answer?
That's the final answer. Yeah, because those are all multiplied together. You didn't have any adding or anything in there.
Yeah.
19. S equals pi r squared plus 2 pi r L, and we want to get L by itself. Okay, so I don't have to undistribute here at all because I only have L here in this term. So I can, if I wanted to bring this over, I could just subtract pi r squared from both sides to start breaking it down. So I have S minus pi r squared equals 2 pi r L. How are 2 and pi and r and L being held together? Good. Yes.
Multiplication.
So how would I do it then?
Division.
Division. So I'm going to divide by 2 pi r on both sides. Okay, so this cancels here, here, and here. So we get L equals S minus pi r squared over 2 pi r. Some people might say, hey, I have a pi on top and bottom, can I cancel them out? No, because it's S minus. If you had just that, then yes, but being you have this as a binomial on top, you can't cancel a pi and an r. 21. They got a star on it, so it must be a bonus type of thing. So 2LW plus 2LH plus 2HW, and we want to solve for W. So notice I have W there and there. Agree? So I can bring this over. This plus 2 pi or 2LH. I can subtract it to bring it over. So that cancels. cancels, and I have A minus 2L H equals 2L W plus 2HW. 2LW multiplication, 2HW multiplication, so I want to get W but out of it, so can I reverse distribute the W?
Yeah.
Yep. Left the 2L and then 2H. Now let's just double check that works. If I go W times 2L, I get 2W or 2LW. If I go W times 2H, I get 2HW. Perfect, it'll work. So how would I get that last chunk done? Yeah. Yeah, divide it on both sides. That cancels. Okay? There's your final answer. 25, 26. Oh, that's it. Is there any other questions from page up through page 25, 26? Yeah. 8? Yep. Okay. Number 8. We have W equals 4AX minus 9X. And we want to solve it for X. So I have X in both terms here, so I can factor out that X or undistribute that X. And that's 4A minus 9. So let's just double check, make sure. If I want X times 4A, would I get 4AX? Yes. If I go X times negative 9, do I get negative 9X? Yes, I do. So looks like it's right. So I can go ahead and divide both sides by this. That cancels. I have W or that's it. Any other questions up to that point? Go ahead. What? 7 and 10. Okay. I get G equals 4X plus 5XY. We want to solve for X, so I have X here and here. So I'm going to undistribute. And then I'm going to go ahead and divide by and then 10. Good. And then 10 you said? So T equals 10 plus 7X minus QX. I want X by itself, so let's subtract 10, move the 10 over because it's just by itself. And then I have X here and there, so I'm going to undistribute. And let's divide each side by 7 minus Q. Anything else from page 25, 26? Go ahead. Carson.
17.
How much?
7.
Which one? 16. I'll get you 7. 16. Solve for H. Multiply both sides by 2. And then let's get H by itself, divide each side by B. So H is equal to 2A over B. Which one?
17.
17, you said? Is that right? Okay. 17, A equals 1/2 height B plus capital B. Those are two different B's. We want to get H by itself. Multiply both sides by 2, so I get 2A equals, those cancel, H and B plus B. This is being multiplied times this, so I'm going to divide by this to bring it over. So H equals 2A B plus B. Anything else you feel on there? All okay? Going once? Twice? Okay, go ahead and pass that on forward. Make sure your name is on that as well, please. Yeah. Absolutely, you never have to ask. Just do it yourself. Did you rip your pages up? All right. Let's take a look. So, we just worked out a whole bunch of problems. So what I want to give you is the opportunity to take a look. So page 27 and 28. Let's see, I'm just going to run through quickly. All right, let's look at number 11 and number 12 on page 27, 28. It's a little tougher problem. 12 is, we have this. So they want to know what value or values for C would the equation have no solution. Okay? So we want to know this C value on this first one, what makes it no solution? Well, if I made this and it was plugged 6 in, so I had 2x minus 6, 2x minus 6 equals 2x minus 6 is how many solutions? 2x minus 6 and 2x minus 6. It would be infinite, none, or 1. Yeah, so if this became a minus 6 right here, this whole thing would have infinite solutions. So any number except for C equals 6. Okay, so if I plug a 3 in here, I'd get 2x minus 6 equals 2x minus 3. Subtract the 2 x's. So any number is going to work here except for if I plug 6 in and I have that minus 6. So if C equals 6, you have infinite solutions. If C equals any other number, it's going to be no solution. And then number 12, we have the absolute value of x plus 8 equals C. Well, what can an absolute value not be? Negative. So, the values that won't work is if C is less than 0. Okay, if C is less than 0, it means it's a negative number. I can't do the absolute value of a term and get a negative out of it. The only time that could happen is if there was already a negative sitting outside of it asking for the opposite. So that should help you on those.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think if you were to do page 27, 28, 1 through 22, you're going to have a pretty good idea of stuff that will be expected on the test. If you go to 23 and 24 and 25 and 26 and 27, I won't be testing you on that, so I wouldn't worry about that. So if you can do that up to 22. So I want to give you all the opportunity. What time are we out of here? 10:06. So you got 11 minutes left. I'd say let's get a pretty good start on that. And I'll walk around and help you if you need any help. Let me just start saving my video.